Well, hello everyone, and a warm welcome to another episode of Citi Talks Payments. Today, we are absolutely delighted to have with us Vira Widiyasari. She is the fintech and payments business head at Tokopedia, which is Indonesia's largest e-marketplace. Vira, we are so happy to have you here with us. And why don't I ask you to talk a little bit about yourself and also about Tokopedia before we move on to some exciting questions we have lined up for you? Over to you.
Sure. Thanks for having me in City Talks Payment. It's really great honor to be here. A bit of introduction about myself. My name is Vira Widiyasari. I manage the fintech and payment business for Tokopedia. So together with my team, we work with various banks, digital payment, P2P, uh, insurance, investment, and also even with the retailers in Indonesia to facilitate the payment between our buyer and sellers. And we also work to provide various financial service solutions to our buyer as well as our sellers with the objective to improve their quality of life so our buyer will be able to upgrade or um, uh, make things becoming affordable for them, and for our sellers to be able to expand their business by having access into working capital so that they can grow their business in Tokopedia as well as in Indonesia. And talking a bit about Tokopedia, we are an Indonesia technology company. We've been in the business for about 11 years. So today is actually, this last year was actually our 11 years of anniversary. And our mission and vision is actually to democratize commerce through technology. And our vision is actually to build the super ecosystem so anyone can start and discover anything in our platform. And we have obviously have grown a lot. I think we are blessed that in our 11 years now we have more than 10 million merchants in our platform, whereby more than 85 of them are actually the first-time entrepreneurs. And we have about 400 million product listed in our platform, 42 digital solution, and over 100 million monthly active users in our platform. And in terms of reach, we have actually reached about 99% district in Indonesia. Our focus in Tokopedia is not solely only on the marketplace or e-commerce, but we have actually four business that we are focusing. First is the marketplace and the digital goods. The second pillar is fintech and payment business. The third one is logistic and fulfillment, and also Mitra Tokopedia. Mitra Tokopedia is basically the feature that is created to help the shop owner, especially the small stall or small warung, to be able to increase their income by selling digital products. And also we simplify the purchasing process for the goods that they have to sell in the stall using our grocer online features. Yeah,
That is all really impressive, Veera. And of course,
thank you.
Indonesia is growing so fast. And so have you, very clearly from those impressive numbers. Speaking a little about payments, right? Payments and fintech. Now, Indonesia has traditionally been a very cash heavy market, like any emerging market. But we see the central bank and the regulators really pushing hard to transform the space. The entire national QR code system was launched recently, and there's been an entire vision laid out for the next 5 years on how the space is going to develop. How do you see Tokopedia helping transform the payments landscape in Indonesia going forward?
Sure. Yeah. I think BI Bank Indonesia has already issued the blueprint of 2025 in order to navigate the payment system industry, especially in this digital economy era. And through the 2025 vision, I think BI is intent to support actually the integration of national digital economy, finance, and also the interlink between fintech as well as banking. Obviously, from Tokopedia, we are very welcome and we are very supportive with this initiative from Bank Indonesia. And we see this also as an opportunity to promote our vision to build a super ecosystem where anyone can start and discover anything. And the more collaboration that we can do together, I think with the industry player, the more impact that we can also jointly build to our customers, right? Be it from the seller perspective or the buyer perspective, in order to promote the financial inclusion in Indonesia. So very looking forward to have a greater collaboration and deeper collaboration with all the industry player here in Indonesia.
So, speaking of financial inclusion, I'm glad you touched on that, Veera. Now, Indonesia is one of the largest, uh, it is the largest archipelago in the world, right? It has 6,000 small islands. A large part of Indonesia is hard to reach and very hard to bank. Yet, you have a coverage of 99% of the country. You have 500,000 payment points in the country that you've achieved in your short existence, and you work so closely with merchants. So, how do you see Tokopedia continuing to really drive financial inclusion in Indonesia, which will certainly add to the digital economy significantly?
Yeah, thank you. Well, one of the biggest challenges to realize the mission that we have established is basically given the nature of Indonesia. Geographically, we have more than 17,000 islands, and each of the places in Indonesia have different maturity in terms of the infrastructure, such as the connection, the technology understanding, as well as the logistic. So there are few things of solution that we have built so far in collaboration with various partners. So today, for example, in our payment side, we have provided our customers with various payment methods, which can be catered to all segments that we have in Indonesia, be it the bankable segment, the underbanked segment, as well as even the unbanked segment. So we have established various payment acceptance, such as e-money, digital wallet, virtual account, and obviously credit card and debit online, even manual bank transfer, internet banking, and direct debit. And also we work with various P2P to provide the pay later and installment, and work with various retailers to leverage the retailers, including Indonesia Post Office, as the payment point for our customers. And we also work with the delivery or with the logistic to provide the cash on delivery, especially for the new buyers that is not yet maybe get to used to it to purchase in e-commerce. So together with our bank as well as the non-bank partners, we provided those channels in our platform to be able to help facilitating the purchase. And not only stopping there, we also provided channels in our platform. So for those who need to apply for the financial product, be it a bank account or even lending product, they'll be able to do it from our platform. And we believe that this is going to be a good entry point, especially for the underbanked and the unbanked segment, to initiate their first journey for financial service. And hopefully then this will gonna improve the financial inclusion in Indonesia. Another initiative that we also do is Toko Cabang. This is basically the smart warehouse. Yeah, so we use AI and demand prediction there. And in Toko Cabang, basically our seller can put their stocks at smart warehouses in the area where the big and the stable demand are there. So then we can help to get them to have more orders in Toko Cabang, and we help them also on the processing, because managing the shop, that means that also need to be able to get the help on the packing, and also after that passing on into the logistic in order to be able to get the shop operating. And we see that this feature actually creating a great impact to our buyers, because then they can get the order faster, and also for our buyer, they'll be able to get the cheaper delivery fee, because we make the goods available closer to where the buyer located. And we are hoping this is actually one way to democratize commerce through technology, so that everyone get equal access into various goods that they need in Indonesia. And in addition to that, we also work with the local governments to digitalize the traditional market. One of the example is really the wet market in Cikuburu, yeah, and get the sellers to actually be able to sell the goods online through our platform. So basically, lots of collaboration that we do from marketplace, from digital products. We also collaborate with government to basically becoming the platform, so that user can pay the state as well as the regional revenue, such as the tax for individual online. So during this pandemic, they don't need to go anywhere. they can just use our platform to basically fulfill all their needs to buy goods, or as well as to pay for the tax to the local government.
That's quite an evolution of the ecosystem, Veera, and particularly given that many of your merchants are actually first-time entrepreneurs, as you said, right? More than 85%. I'm sure all of these services really help them create a multiplier effect, which otherwise they will not have the opportunity to do so. So it's truly democratizing commerce as your mission is. That actually brings me to how you handled and how you helped your merchants and your customers through COVID, right? I mean, lot has been said about how COVID was really how the pandemic has really helped the acceleration of marketplace e-commerce growth, but less perhaps has been said about how organizations like yourselves really helped merchants through a very difficult time. Would you like to share some examples of how you were working with your ecosystem through the pandemic?
Sure. Yeah, I think collaboration is really, really key to be successful, because COVID is actually a difficult situation for everyone, right? And in Indonesia culture, we have something called semangat gotong royong. This means like basically helping each other. So in Tokopedia, we also adopt this to basically help the national economy recovery in Indonesia. So we are collaborating with government as well as the private sector throughout the pandemic. For example, we launched something that is called Bangga Buatan Indonesia, or Proudly Made in Indonesia. This is basically an initiative to help the local businesses to survive during the pandemic. So we are highlighting the Indonesia local SME in many of the occasion, in many of the program or the campaign that we have. So we highlighting this Bangga Buatan Indonesia also in our monthly biggest campaign, which is Waktu Indonesia Belanja, or the time for Indonesian to shop, which is basically we do it every month, every 25th until the end of the month, and highlighting all those local products that is available in our platform. And this is definitely a journey, right? Not yet a destination. I think more and more collaboration will be required. In the recently also we collaborate with the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy to launch something that we call Satu Dalam Coffee, or this is one in coffee, basically helping the coffee shop owners as well as the coffee farmers to onboard it, their businesses or their shop in our platform, and to be able to sell their product online. I think the trend or the culture of coffee is pretty booming in Indonesia, but with this pandemic, obviously people having difficulty to go to the coffee shop. So we created this new trend to sell coffee in a bottle, and now it's becoming very, very common for us to actually order coffee in our platform, helping all the local farmer as well as the local coffee chains to actually be able to survive during this pandemic together. And in the private sector, we also helping businesses as well as merchants to be onboarded also in our platform. We are very fortunate and very grateful. In the first 6 months of the pandemic, we can help to onboard more than 2.5 million new merchants in our platform. And we are helping them to grow by giving them training and also making online campaign to highlight their products, such as Tokopedia Nyam. This is basically the F&B. So there are a lot of new F&B players that is onboarded. And during this pandemic, people also would like to help the local suppliers. So people are actually buying food online, and we can facilitate that in Tokopedia. Sports campaign also, by people staying at home, they still wanted to get fit. So a lot of sport campaign also created, and also beauty. Although we don't go to the office or don't go to school, but with this kind of video, you still want to look good. So lots of beauty campaign is also created, and all of them also involving local players in the country. And also, in addition to that, there are a lot of events that had to be canceled because of this pandemic situation. So what we do, we collaborate with them to bring those events becoming an online event. So there are a lot of a book event, the biggest books exhibition in Indonesia, and also clothing event, which is very very famous for the young people in Indonesia. Jakarta Sneakers Days, Market Museum, those kind of thing. Even Indonesia Fashion Week and Nusantara Fashion Festival. Basically, this is the fashion festival for the local produce such as batik, and all the locally made clothing in Indonesia, and also the F&B like Festival Jajanan Bango and many more. Basically, we collaborate with a lot of event organizers whose event had to be canceled or they have to switch online, and will become the provider for that. Yeah.
That is an incredible amount of innovation in what was a very difficult time. So, congratulations on really helping your merchants as well as customers through a very difficult time. And Indonesians certainly love coffee, so you've done a national service as well with that idea.
Yeah.
So, Vera, I think so many wonderful takeaways. I think we are almost out of time, so I really want to thank you for being on Citi Talks Payments with us. We loved listening to you, and I'm sure we will catch up again soon.
Thank you very much.